Welcome to the Daily Dose of Greek. I'm your guest host, Will Ross, and I'm going to be leading you out of the Greek New Testament this week and into the Greek Old Testament, otherwise known as the Septuagint. We're going to be walking through parts of Isaiah 6 this week, and I'm going to be taking you through the first few verses from today until Thursday, and then on Friday and Saturday, my friend and colleague Greg Lanier from Reformed Theological Seminary in Orlando is going to take the reins. Now, before we get going, I want to just make a quick note about the text that we're looking at. We've pulled these texts directly from our Reader's Edition called Septuagint, a Reader's Edition. This is a 2-volume set published back in 2018 by Hendrickson Publishers that Greg and I put together, and it's over 1,400 pages of Septuagint text filled with footnotes just like we see down here. And these footnotes provide rare vocabulary, difficult parsing to help you practice and improve in your reading of post-classical Greek, which is the Greek that the New Testament itself is written in, as well as the Septuagint. So, with that, let's read verse 1 of Isaiah chapter 6 in Greek. Kaya ginata tu eniautu hua pethanin Ozias habasilius, Aidan ton Kyrion, kathemanon epithronu hupselu, kai epermenu, kai pleres ha oikos tes doxesautu. We could translate this verse as follows. And it came about, and it happened, in the year that Ozias the king died. Something happened. I saw the Lord seated on a high and elevated throne, and the house was full of his glory. Now I want to look at just 3 of the grammatical features in this verse today. First of all, this phrase, kai genita tu eniautu. The phrase kai genita is very common throughout the Septuagint, and it's particularly common at the beginning of a new section of narrative introducing a subsequent or new event that takes place. And we see that here combined with a temporal phrase. Footnote 4, we see down here is eniautos, meaning year. This noun here in the genitive case indicating a time frame, and that is the death of Ozias. Ozias is actually a transcription of the Hebrew king Uzziah, who reigned until about 740 BC when he died. The second feature I want to look at is this set of participles, kathemanon and epermenu. Kathemanon is a present active participle, accusative singular masculine, and it is functioning as an attributive here. Kathemanon ton Kyrion, agreeing in case, number, and gender. The Lord, comma, seated on a throne. And the second participle over here, epermenu, is actually playing the same grammatical role. It's an attributive participle, but in this case, it doesn't modify Lord, it modifies thronu, again, ending in the same case, gender and number. It is a perfect passive participle, genitive singular, masculine. The last grammatical feature I want to look at is this phrase right here, pleres ha oikos. Now this phrase is a predicate clause, which we can tell because the nominal has the definite article in front of it, and the adjective is anarthrous. It has no article with it. And so we translate it as the house is full. But the question is, which of the 2 parts of that predicate clause does the phrase tes doxesautu modify? It could modify either. If we take it as modifying ha oikos, we would translate that the house of his glory was full. And that is possible, but I think it's in fact better to take tes doxesautu as modifying pleres. And that's because the idea of fullness implies fullness with something. We might ask, the house of his glory was full. Full of what? It makes more sense to translate it the other way around, taking doxes as modifying pleres. The house was full of his glory.